This is part of the TOEFL exam, what they call the error correction, which mostly is about the grammar. It is well to study this to help you in your grammar, because as it points out here, it is important when you're producing material on the ibit TOEFL test that your English should be grammatically correct. Okay, you should be sure, in this particular case we're talking about, you should be sure how to use subject-verb agreement, parallel structure, comparatives and superlatives, verb forms, verb use, passive nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and adverbs and articles correctly. Now, this first part is on the subject-verb agreement, and so we will go through, and I will go through this and explain what it has to say and what is the correct use as a subject-verb agreement. Okay, subject-verb agreement is simple. If the sentence is singular, then the verb that accompanies it must be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb that accompanies it must be also plural. And here we have an example: the student takes many exams. Student is the subject here, and the verb is singular. The student takes many exams, and often in English we do not include the pronoun. We leave it out, but if you insert the pronoun in this, you would say the student, he takes many exams. And that's one good way of checking whether it is the plural or the singular verb that you're using. The second one, the students take many exams. Students is plural, so you take the plural verb, take. Okay? So, in this instance, it is take. Okay? The students, they take many exams. We go down here to Appendix C1, and this is all taken from the Longman TOEFL Preparation Manual. Okay? Make verbs agree after prepositional phrase. Now, this often causes people to have problems when a prepositional phrase comes between the subject and the verb. I'll move this up. Okay, here we have an example. The key to the doors are in the drawer. Now, as it points out, the asterisk here indicates this is not correct. In this particular case, we have key, which is singular, but the prepositional is plural, to the doors. Okay? R is not correct. It should be the key to the doors is in the drawer, because is the singular form of the verb and key is singular. In the second example, we have the keys in the door. The keys to the door is in the drawer. Well, in this case, the keys is plural, and this is a singular verb. It should be plural because keys is plural. It should be the keys to the door are in the drawer. Again, to the door is a prepositional phrase. It does not determine the verb, even though it comes just before it. So we need to get the verb agreement between the subject and the verb. Here's a small chart. It's a subject, verb, agree with prepositional phrases, and it shows you here's the subject, the prepositional phrase, and the verb. Now this little arrow says that this determines the tense of the verb. Okay? When a prepositional phrase comes between the subject and the verb, be sure that the verb agrees with the subject. Now, to give us some practice in this, we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to go through this. What I would recommend is for you to stop the recording. In other words, hit the little button over there. There's two bars, and stop it, and go through and copy down the numbers. And put, well, if you can copy the sentence, that'd be better, but, you know, you can do this on a separate piece of paper. Now, here is giving you some examples. There's also one to say if the sentence is correct or not. Okay? The forest rangers in the eastern section of the park, these are two prepositional phrases, have spotted a bear. Well, that would be correct since rangers is plural and the verb is plural. So, as they've indicated here, rangers is underlined, is the subject. We have little bars around the prepositional phrases and then double line under the verb. The second one, the flowers in the plum tree in the garden has started to bloom. Okay, is that correct or incorrect? Well, you would use the I here. This is not correct because flowers is plural. Even though the prepositional phrase here is singular, and this prepositional phrase is singular, it's the subject that determines the verb, and it should be the flowers have started to bloom. Now I'll go through a few more of these, just so you've got the feel of what this is all about. Here we have the sentence, the cost of the books for all of his classes are quite high. Okay, first thing to do, let's do, which is the subject. The subject is cost. You would put a line under that. Then the verb is this verb here. We have are quite high. And we would say that is not correct. Since cost is singular, this should be plural and it should be is. The prepositional phrases then are of all his classes. Okay? Of the books is a prepositional phrase. For all his classes is a prepositional phrase. The next one, the reports prepared by the staff or the manager contain many graphs and charts. It is subject. In other words, what is it talking about when you're talking about subject? What is it talking about? Prepared? Well, prepared is actually a verb, okay? The subject needs to be a noun, and it is reports. The reports, okay, prepared is an adjective here showing what type of reports they are, and by the staff is a prepositional phrase which is singular. By the staff is singular. For the manager, okay, so for the manager is singular, contain many graphs and charts. Well, the verb is contain. Okay, so this would be, the reports is plural, so it should be plural. Okay, reports prepared by the staff or the manager contain, and if you substitute the pronoun, you would say in there, they contain. So it is a plural form of the verb, and it agrees with reports, so this sentence is correct. You would put a C. Okay, I will allow you to see this. You can stop this, and I will move down to the rest of the questions so that you can see what the other ones are. I think now you see them all. Okay, so this ends this part, the subject-verb agreement, which ends this containing prepositional phrases.